announcement said, that's mostly because I was finding a little lost duck, and I have bags under my house. I just went through an experience. This white duck, all right, I'll flip you around now. The white duck is so protective of the other mommy and all the ducklings. So the way I integrated, I got 6 new babies. They are little tiny call ducks. And let's see if I can zoom in on them. They are just the tiniest, sweetest things. You see one of them there. A couple of them having little cuddles and peeps. Okay. Hopefully the mamas will settle down when they see I'm not going to do anything now. So the way I integrated them into the older ducklings, because the mallard-colored mama, she has adopted ducklings before, but there's always risk that the mom will reject the new ducklings or, not want them in her little flock, which was not the case here and has not been the case in the past, but you always want to be careful. So what I did was I got all of her ducklings and put them in a box with the new ducklings and let them all sit together. Getting the ducklings was the most difficult part because Mallard Mama turned into a bit of a coward. She went and hid all by herself in a little box. However, White Duck, we'll call her Jackie. Jackie was out for blood. Jackie was out to take me down and was taking no prisoners. She flew onto my head several times. She bit the dickens out of my hands and my legs. She was basically an excellent mama duck. Go sit on your nest. She has a pile of eggs that she needs to be going and sitting on right now, but she's so worried about these little guys that she's out here. She covered her nest, so hopefully they'll be okay. But, if her eggs turn out to be duds, I think that she... Oh my God, one of the little ducklings was biting on her tail feathers. Oh, you little thing, you rascal. I love little tiny ducklings because they get up to all sorts of naughtiness with their mamas. But it looks like they're integrating well. But anyway, so Jackie was not about to let me take these little ducklings away from their mama and put them in a box to do goodness knows what with. This little duck, I see her jumping and biting at stuff. She's a naughty little thing. Yes, you! Oh, you're also so tiny. But it's amazing how quickly... Oh, I think she might be bonding with White Duck. They're so sweet. Yeah, so Jackie did not make life easy. And then when I tried to put Jackie in the outdoor area, she found the tiny hole in the netting that was made by a bald eagle that showed up in here a couple days ago. And then she got out. She got out of the entire pond area, and my mom's little dog tried to get her because my mom's dog is a terrier, and that's what terriers do. Thankfully, she was gentle, and I was able to capture Jackie, but... y'all, it was a whole thing. I wish I had a GoPro on my head the whole time, because that would have been something to see. But I didn't want to do a live stream just in case something happened to the ducklings. I wouldn't want to put something like that out into the world. It would have been sad. All right. Yeah, and then the other big drama was one of Mallard Mama's ducklings. When they all scattered and started running, it managed to escape the entire pen area. And so the reason I was late was I was out looking for that duckling. And I came across a rat underneath our duck shed. I'll give you a tour in a moment. And I was extremely concerned that the rat may have gotten it. But when Mama brought all her little ducklings out here, I saw the lost duckling on just the other side of the fence. So I was able to scoop it up and put it in here, and it ran straight to Mama. So everyone is all accounted for. So I'll give you a little tour of this area. This whole thing is netted in except for a tiny space. Hang on, I don't want to put them too much. Except for a tiny space here. And here is our door. There's the pond out there, and we have a shed. This is our little opening. We can close it up if need be. And inside is a little house and a little nest. And that's where they go. So the reason we have this area is because a couple years ago, we just let the mamas try and raise their ducklings out on the pond, but we didn't have, hang on, what are these guys up to? Let me see if I can focus on them. Will it focus? What are you guys up to? Having a duck conversation. Back to the cuteness. Yeah, we tried to let him raise them just out on the pond, but the pond was not very easy to get in and out of, and especially for ducklings. And also, we have a lot of ravens, hawks, and the eagles I talked about, bald eagles. So it made for a sad time to try and have ducklings. So we discovered that keeping them in here for a couple of weeks until they're old enough to get in and out easily and swim quickly, and we have a couple of hiding spots. Oh gosh, sorry, I twitched. I saw White Duck ruffling her feathers and thought she was coming for me again. I don't blame her, honestly. I'd like to think I would do the same exact thing if I were a mama duck and someone was coming in and messing with my babies. Oh, see, Mama Duck's trying to teach the little ducklings her call and to come to her. But I'd love to get closer for you guys, but I don't want to stress out the mamas anymore. Yeah, so it's just better to raise them in here, let them be safe for a while, and then let them out on the pond. So about 4 days ago, I think, well, I was here and I was doing some stuff for the farm. It was 7:15 in the morning. I was still asleep, and my mom yelled downstairs. I was in the farmhouse, downstairs room. My mom was upstairs. She screamed, "Heather, wake up! There's an eagle in the duck pen!" And I knew what she meant. I went from sound asleep to pants and shoes on and full run outside. I would say 30, 45 seconds. I react very quickly. It's not always the best reaction, but I react very quickly to things. Yes, I do. I think Jackie's trying to decide if she wants another go at me. They are so sweet. And the babies keep peeking their heads over. But you see how Jackie's put herself between me and the babies? And Mallard Mama's patrolling the area. That's a sign of a good mama right there. Yeah, so I ran out here, and the ducks had all charged into the little pen, and they were on the far side. And the eagle was trapped in here and flying against the nets. Now, I will say, we have a pair of nesting bald eagles in this area. We have lost ducks. We have lost chickens. I lost one of my geese to them. They are a huge nuisance and heartbreak. Actually, I'm looking. Is that 3 eagles circling over there? I think it might be. What did they see over there? They see something, and they're circling. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm playing eagle or big hawk. I'm terrible. No, it looks like the eagles. At least they're over there instead of here. So we've lost a lot of animals to the bald eagles, and a lot of very adorable animals. We got hard feelings with the bald eagles. So I charge in here, and I have it trapped and staring at me. I do not injure the bald eagle. As much as I've thought about retribution for all of the animals I have lost, I kept in mind that the eagle is a wild animal. It is doing what wild animals do to survive. It cannot help that it is an eagle, and it needs to hunt and eat to survive and to breed and raise its young and all that. However, I wanted to make sure that I scared it bad enough that maybe it would think again before coming into the duck pen or coming near the ducks. So After, you know, giving it a quick once over to make sure that it wasn't injured and needed to be taken to an animal rescue or anything, it was fine, just a bit traumatized for being stuck. I shifted it close to the door so that its back was to the door, and it's staring at me. Bald eagles are big. They are big animals. And they got very big claws and a very big beak. So it's staring me and I'm staring it. And I take like a running start and I just bellow at it as loud as I can and stretch out my arms and make myself as scary as possible. And I make like this deep, guttural, loud, scary roar, and I just charge right at it. And it goes, oh, screw that. And it turned tail and flew away. So I didn't injure it. I may have, you know, psychologically traumatized it a bit, but I'm hoping that maybe it will think twice before coming in here and maybe messing with, you know, big scary Heather. And my mom got some pictures. One of me yelling, one of the eagle flying away. They're not very good pictures, otherwise I would have shown them. She wished she would have gotten video, because she was watching. I think a little duckling got stuck on its back again. I think they're only about a day or two old. And they're so tiny. I love it. But I'm glad to see that they're integrating into the little flock. But yeah, so hopefully, and my mom says she hasn't seen the eagle in a couple days. And I told her, you know, if you ever have more issues with it, maybe just get a cardboard cutout of me and put it along the fence somewhere, and that'll keep it away. But we've tried lots of things for the eagles, and honestly, just keeping nets up and trying to be as vigilant as possible is about all we can do. What do you think they're talking about? Probably the crazy lady over here who keeps messing with them. I will argue, everything I do is to try and make their life better and to help the ducklings. It is. Yeah. So I've taken some little videos, and I'll be putting out a little short of bringing the ducklings in. And what you're hearing there, we are relatively close to the shooting range, unfortunately, so we get to hear that every so often. So theoretically, if white ducks' eggs hatch, they should be hatching within about 2 weeks, a week, 2 weeks. So we'll have even more ducklings here, and we will be selling the most of them, the bulk of them, to good homes. We always try to rehome ethically our little ducklings. We'll keep a couple, and we always keep a couple for the mamas to raise before selling them, but our tiny pond can't support a ton of ducks. Oh gosh. And here comes the two males and their female friend who decided she didn't want to sit on her eggs. They march around the pond quite a bit. I'm surprised we don't have any wild ducks out here today. Usually we have a ton. We've also had 2 geese, Canada geese, that have been coming and hanging out, and a blue heron who will sometimes come hang out and eat the salamanders in our pond. My parents built the pond floating nesting box for the Canada geese, hoping that maybe they'd lay some eggs there, but no joy yet. They are just chatting up a storm there. Alright guys, I'm not going to stress out Mama Ducks much further. Just wanted to show off the new additions to the family. Oh, I got someone in the chat. Hello. Welcome. I am glad you could make it. Oh, nope, you're gone again. Oh, you're back. Welcome. I'm just showing off our new little additions to the duck family. And the mamas have been yelling at me, but all the babies are in there, integrated and cuddling up. Oh. Tiny little fluff buckets. Sorry, I'm going crazy with the zoom. Trying to get the best distance to show everyone without it being too grainy and being able to see everyone. Your babies look cold. Okay, well, I'm going to head out so that they can bring the babies inside and maybe warm them up, because those babies look pretty chilly. All right. Well, you know, be looking out for the duckling short I'll have coming out pretty soon. And I just put out a baking video with beans, which might be fairly entertaining. I also have an outtakes video I'm going to be working on, put out sometime in the next week or so from that, because there were quite a few little mishaps that I'd love to share with you guys. As always, you know, if you can give me a like, a subscribe, a share, all that good stuff. I love any and all engagement. Oh, my person is back. Hello. Welcome back. It's nice to have you. I was just saying I'm probably gonna head out of the duck area so the mamas can take the babies inside and relax. But I am glad that you stopped by, and you know, hopefully you can go and visit my channel and see some of my other cool videos. I'm sure I will have more duckling videos up really soon. But it was great of you to stop by, and I appreciate it. Thank you.